So today's workout, I keep trying to like come up with something new and exciting, right? Like just something that so it gives it variety and we're not doing the same thing every week. So this week we're just gonna do a little warm up, nothing lengthy, but just a little bit of warm up. Then we'll do an upper body circuit, which we'll run through 3 times. So there's 4 exercises we'll run through 3 times. Then we'll do a lower body circuit, run through those set of 4 exercises 3 times also. And then at the end, we're going to do a lymphatic flow. So, like if you think of your heart, your bloodstream, right? You have your blood gets pumped by your heart, but your lymph system doesn't have a pump. So trying to get toxins, that like when you get sick, right? Like your lymph nodes and your neck will get swollen and you've got glands in your armpits, your gut, your groin, behind your knees. So like toxins will collect there and sometimes not have a good way to get out of your body, especially if you're not someone who's getting a lot of movement. So there's exercises you can do to try to get that all pumping and moving. And with all the wildfire smoke, I was like, oh, that's the perfect thing to do just to help, any toxins, and it helps boost your immune system to get that moving and out of your body. So it doesn't stay stuck there. So that's what we will end with today. So we're going to start just with some arm circles again, just to warm up a little bit. So we don't dive into strength here without any movement at all, right? That could be bad. Yep. So I'm just going forward and I'm going to switch, go backwards. You didn't bring your kids. I just saw you, huh?
No, they ran.
Oh, did they?
To play already.
Okay. So there's no kids here for
No, that's the other thing. They threw fits about not wanting to come today and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. And then I think what we're going to do is just do some toe taps. So the left, right, and then I'm going to stretch up. So kind of like I'm making an X. So left, right, up left, up right, left, right. Get the whole body moving. Right. I am not the most coordinated person, really. I think that's why doing the simple, like sets of exercises serves me well. If I try to go to like aerobics was always like, years ago I would try to do like videos and stuff, and I had the hardest time trying to keep up. I don't know. Got 2 left feet, I think. All right, one more.
I know you did Zumba.
Yeah, is Eric still do Zumba all the time?
I mean, with his foot issues, he can't, and he's so sad about it because he really liked it.
Yeah.
It was
air squats here.
It was a happy place for him.
Sure.
It's funny because I started out by taking him, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And they were doing videos online.
Yeah.
So he really got into it because he was
sure.
home and had time. And
yep.
I would try to do it with him, but the kids would always come to me.
Yeah.
Right? Mom, I need a snack,
Yeah.
And I'd never get to it. So then I ended up joining the gym I'm at because they were open in 2020, but I could go to like really early morning class because I realized if I'm going to exercise, I have to do it when the kids are not around.
All right.
And
just one more good kind
of he got addicted to Zumba and to start going without me.
Yeah.
It made all his friends there, but
that's funny. All right. I'm going to set my timer. So I will tell you the first 4 exercises, the upper body exercises, so that you're ready to go. Really simple. We're going to start with just a shoulder press. So up and down like this. Then we're going to head to our knee and do a preacher curl. So we'll do right arm, and then we will switch sides and do left side. So right, then left. And then we are going to lay down on the mat and do an overhead press. So you're going to take the dumbbell like that over your head, which you should feel more in your triceps. So those are the 4 upper body exercises. And again, we'll do a 40-20 split and then run through those 3 times. So at the end, you should be feeling your upper body muscles a little bit. And actually, I was going to finish with a plank on that. Shoulder press. Go. some people will, instead of, stepping side to side, they find it better to have a foot forward. So do you have weights again?
No,
Do you
I'm
want
just lucky to be here, man.
You want the weights out of my car? Run and get them.
Is your car unlocked?
It's
Can I
not,
just go
but my
get it?
keys are right here.
Oh, I'll grab your keys.
So if you want to grab them, they're in the back on the right.
On the right.
Yep, 'cause I have a whole bunch of junk returns
Your
and
trunk
stuff.
on the right?
Yep. You know, with the bottle. All right, rest, and then we're gonna move into that preacher curl where we're going down on one knee, like this. I have tons. Oh, here we go. So right arm. I don't know if I can do my left arm, tell you the truth. When my wrist, maybe if I turn my arm, my wrist still bothers me in this position from when I fell ice skating in the winter. I was skating backwards and dropped the raft in the middle of the pond. And I landed, like, caught myself. My left wrist just in this position. If I turn it this way, I'm good, but if it's this direction, it hurts still. Yeah, okay, rest, and we'll switch sides.
Let's get a little cardio in too.
Yeah, there you go. I think I have the other 8-pound one probably in my house. I grabbed it.
Are these waterless?
It's actually were my mom's at one point, I think. Funny how old they are. Oh yeah, I don't know.
Next time I can see this guy.
Yeah, they've been around a while.
Really? Like, in them? Yeah. Some sort of like.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, look at these sets on my wrist. All right, now we're gonna head to the mat.
Only 8. If you want to try your left, just an 8.
Yeah, I usually bring my other lighter ones and I didn't today. So we'll do what we can do. All right, then we're going back to the top with the shoulder press.
Oh, really? I have. Yeah, I know.
Forget to breathe. I think we have a tendency to like hold our breath when we push hard, right? Heavy. And I found if I keep my mouth open, then I don't have as much likelihood to do that. Keep your breath going. Oh, almost there. All right, then we're going back to the preacher curl, right arm. Ready going to EAA this week?
Eric will do a day with them.
If we will this year or not.
I just get sunburned so easily.
Yeah.
You can probably relate, Andrea.
Yeah.
And it feels like I'm just standing in the sun baking. And I don't really love it. I don't love standing in line. I'm not huge into airplanes. I can turn and stuff, but my kids really love it.
Sure.
So, like, when they all yeah,
What's up?
great.
Here, over here.
Well, I love that they know you will read. You know, I think that so much of that is the pilots that love instilling this in the next generation. Yeah, like they like to be, yeah.
Right. Have you guys ever hosted anybody at your house? Like
We've thought
that is
about it,
like
but-
when our boys were young, our big boys.
Oh yeah.
We did that for a few years and it was such a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, those pilots would share their stories.
It ends up being such a big week for ministry stuff
Yeah.
that
Oh,
you don't want to do.
yeah.
But, well, we always had breakfast tables. We just had this like clumsy stuff. Sure, yeah. Right, yeah. So it just and sometimes we haven't been in town. It just depends. Like we thought about it, but it's always like an afterthought. Usually by the time kids would have to be out by now. We're
All right, now we're back to the mat. Group. Group. All right, back to the top one more time with the shoulder press.
How long till it ends?
ready to be done, huh?
Yeah. Got a good like 20, 25 minutes. I don't know. I would say you must be having fun.
I'm at a park, such a boring place. But that's exactly my kid's attitude today too. It's like, I don't want to go to the park. It was exciting a month ago, Mom.
I was surprised they were doing the park and rec stuff today.
Yeah.
So last night, just for fun, and they wouldn't even seat us outdoors to eat.
Oh,
The air quality.
well,
Really? Yeah.
it wasn't even really that. Yeah.
I didn't think so, yeah, so surprised, but. All right, back to the preacher curl. 5. I really feel better now on the third set than it did on the first. I think it's somewhat, like you tend to, you have a pain, right? Tend to avoid it, but working it can be good, getting some extra blood flow there. Yep. My left arm is like. All right, back to the mat. All right, and I thought we would end the upper body circuit. I'm just going to pause for a second with a plank. So you can see if you worked your muscles well enough, huh? I'm going to set my stopwatch here. And actually, maybe I'll just do the timer for a minute. And let's see if we can hold out for a minute on our muscles. Are you ready?
Okay.
You're both looking at me like, no, thank you.
I can play.
You got it? Yep. And you can do elbows up on your hands sometimes. I'm hitting start. Sometimes, switching positions. So starting on your hands or your elbows and then moving. You tighten your quads on the front of your legs. Tighten your butt cheeks. Squeeze those together. Stabilize your core. It will actually help your arms feel less tired. Help you hold that position, right? Halfway there already. 17. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You got her. Give it a stretch.
Take off this sweatshirt.
You did it. All right, grab a drink of water. And then we will move into the lower body circuit. All right, did I kill my mute? I must, because of the timer is going off. All right, so let me run through the lower body exercises quick. Then I will start the timer. So first exercise we're going to do is a suitcase squat. So your feet are close together. And we're just going down and up like this versus having a wider stance. Then we're going to do a lateral lunge. So here your feet are going to be wide apart. And we're just going to go right and then left. So we're going to switch sides. This. Then we'll do a Romanian deadlift. Again, feet are probably more like shoulder width apart. Dropping the weight and coming up. And this is the one where you hinge at the hip. These are my favorites. So if they're in there every week, that's because I love them. So and then we'll end with a curtsey lunge. So that's like this. And again, we will switch sides right and left. Okay. So those are the 4 exercises. All right, did I lose my, and I did. If I wait too long, it like restarts. Okay. There we go. So starting with that suitcase squat, feet close together.
Jesus, please, have mercy on me.
And then we're going to the lateral lunge. So side to side, I'm just going to use one weight for this. Feet are going to be wide apart. Right. And then left.
Yeah.
Kind of like you're scooting to sit back on the chair.
Had to go out on my own, leave the
Leaning
bird
back.
Leave the faith, but my wings didn't work. Yeah, fell to the ground and the pain was the worst.
I always find myself leaning forward. Try to keep your torso more upright, but you got weight out in front of you is harder to do.
I took it right home. Put it right next to my bed and I said that I breathe it. The truth is I ain't even open. If I'm being honest, I don't even pray. I need somebody to show me the way. I'm something is wrong. Now
we're going to go to the Romanian deadlift.
I cannot even remember the pieces. Feel like I'm stepping right into the deep. Looking for reasons. Need help. Saying that I could be rescued, the chains could be let loose. Says who? Boxed it away, but the stress grew. Put a lock in a chain, but it crept through. Yeah, I got regrets too. Got a lot of things I could confess to. I put it in a letter, but I
again try to keep your back straight. Avoid arching your back. Like stick your chest out, shoulders back.
While I needed was some hope.
So you're not
Alone had it right next to my
arching.
My son and I read in the hopes of one day that he doesn't feel shame when he says, everything with me is falling to pieces. I cannot even.
All right, then we're going to do the curtsey lunge. And I'm just going to use one weight for this. Alternate right and left. Now we're back at the top for the suitcase squat. I'm going to pause for 1 second, grab a drink of water. Circuit number 2, set number 2. Feet, yeah. Wish I was going to Bon Air. Oh, great. Although it'd be really hot right now.
Oh yeah, totally.
Show me some pictures yesterday. They have like these pink lakes. With salt.
Where is it located?
Not even positive. Somewhere tropical south.
like Caribbean.
I think, but no, don't hold me to that. I'm not positive exactly where it is.
There's a lot of like granite in that hurts everything.
Oh, she said salt. Like salt flat, salt.
Like,
Yeah, even up north at Copper Falls. That's all.
That's awesome.
All right, we're doing the lateral lunge.
Congratulations. It probably makes it perfect.
Yeah,
You know,
keeping the sun out.
well, did you guys notice last week, like when we didn't see the sun for 3 days, since the coverage, sun
Oh, yeah.
so hot. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it had been blocked for a few days and that was the temperature?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let the sun get.
Absolutely. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Shade, it's not
I didn't
hot.
really think about it until like it got sunny. And I'm like, oh wow, yeah, that. And it was so hot.
Shoulder width apart. Or maybe, yeah, about shoulder width. All right, last one is the curtsy lunge, left and right alternating. Last one in this is that I should say. What that old? What is it? 29? They get those rides out of Appleton. Is that what it is?
I don't know. I know that it's a ride, but I don't know if is it one way and back? Or is it one way?
So I think it just makes like a loop, you know?
Sure. Well, I mean, it parked your car somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess I assumed it was always from EAA, but probably we went.
No, I
No.
think they go start at the Appleton airport.
Yeah.
You know, and they probably make a loop to CEA and then
Not bad.
come back. All right, we're gonna see. Okay. Good job. All right, back to the lateral lunge.
You went living close by?
Yeah, close to here actually.
Oh,
Really close to here.
like the Menasha area? Like,
Fox Crossing, yeah, like
okay, great.
just over here, some newer apartments that were built.
Huh.
So yeah, really close.
But you're glad to have them sort of in town.
Oh, yeah. For sure. And rest. And we go back to the Romanian deadlift.
Oh, she said yeah today. Yeah, I thought she told me.
First one. Yeah, struggle a bit.
But she loves to volunteer at EAA.
That's awesome.
I think nobody Kyla will probably do it. Or do it every year.
Sure.
Hopefully she'll get to do it.
Wow. Hopefully she's feeling better this week. All right, one more curtsy lunge, and we are done with lower body circuit, except for the finisher. Right, if you need one. Sure. I'm gonna set a timer again for a minute. And what we're gonna do is just the calf raise. So if you want to do it just feet apart, up and down, you can. If you want to make it a little more challenging, bend your knees and raise like this. All right, we're gonna do that for 1 minute. So here we go. All right, raise those calves.
Like me. Like that, use that. Yeah, there you go. Right from the back to easy.
Underworked muscle. That's just if you're really strong.
Yeah.
Right? Well, Allie carried my 25-pound dumbbells out to the car today, and I was like, that's hard. She's like, no.
Of course not.
Oh, you're young.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought it should be.
Oh, I think you're stronger than you think.
All right, and that's it. So we're going to move in then to the lymphatic flow, which is will be kind of like a cool down. So we're going to move doing exercises from our head, neck, shoulder area down the body in that order, get things pumping, and then returned back up to drain. So it's going to start with putting our hands on our shoulders and doing some big arm circles, really getting that movement in your shoulder. And I'm not timing these, I'm just gonna kind of what feels right. We'll move on. So switch directions. Now I'm going forward. All right, and then we're gonna switch to moving our arms out. We want to curl our shoulders forward, chest in. All right, and then back. So forward, then back.
Not every Bible I'm making is like when they make it disciples, we probably die. I don't just pray for the Bibles I'm holding that kind of like, oh, let me take you to second. I will never speak.
All right, then we're just gonna swing our arm, kind of random, loose, like they're kind of dead weight, left to right. So we're moving down. We were at the shoulders, moving down a bit. Gut plays a role in everything, right? But also in that lymphatic flow. So twisting, moving our gut helps keep things pumping there in that area. Put your hands back on your shoulders, and we're just gonna twist side to side. Gonna make a focal point on each side. All right, now hold it back to center and then just do your head back in towards. I felt my neck crack.
Right on my back with the other one.
Is it? It's all good as long as it doesn't cause any pain.
I do it on purpose now. I hit my back.
Yeah. All right, then this one's a little awkward, especially if you're not used to doing it, but you're gonna hold a finger out in front of you, and then you're gonna look like diagonally, so like up to here, down to like you're smelling your shoulder, your armpit, under your shoulder, in a diagonal fashion, 45 degrees. Actually, just keep your eyes on your finger, which is like it feels very strange feel, isn't it? Like your eyes fixed there. I think it's right. I want to look where I'm in my head.
No Satan gonna be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to swing my bat. Boy, if I pitch it, it's out of the park.
All right, and then other side. So put your other hand out. Same thing.
I was stuck. I was down, but now I'm up.
All right, that one to me feels very strange. All right, next we're going to move into some hip circles. So just pick one direction, give it some movement. Your feet are wide apart.
Like a seesaw when I'm on the beat, like an old man's long, better keep off. From the ground to the cheek tops, got clouds on my feet like Jack and the beast night built up with my straight.
Again, we're moving down the body. This is going to work those lymph nodes that are more in the groin area. All right, one more. And let's switch directions. So go the opposite way.
Move tick tock, turn it to a tick 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 boom. Yeah. Was love. Turn it where was down, but now
All right, now we're gonna switch. Instead of our feet being wide apart, we're gonna put our feet together. And this one feels more awkward, but we're gonna do again hip circles, but your feet don't move. So
Barely do the last two.
it's hard. It's harder to do. Imagine you're like, there you have a hula hoop around you, or like you're in a pool with a tube, right?
My hands are.
You gotta try to keep your knees together, which is hard. I want to shift them like this. All right, and then we're gonna switch directions again and go the opposite way. All right, I don't know if I like those. Those are weird. Next, we're gonna do just a big hip rotation. So I'm gonna take right leg over left and over, then switch. Left leg over, just really opening up the hip area. All right, feet back together. Kind of uneven spot here. And this time we're going to put your hands on your knees. Instead of working the hips, we're gonna move the knees in a circle. All right, and switch directions.
It's written in the sky, these dreams gonna come to life. Lights will shine bright.
All right, and then we're gonna stand. And we're gonna, sure you got a level spot. Lift one leg. And we're going to kind of pretend our foot is like dead weight. So the movement is in the knee. I'm not the ankle, the knee. So your foot is just kind of, your lower leg is hanging and we're rotating the knee. Good for balance, right? Switch directions, go the opposite way. I tend to want to do my ankle at the same time. Hard. All right, switch legs. Same thing.
Been him, don't gotta ask how thick my skin is. I can't lose this, I won't quit. Talk for the ball, even if I miss. Can't trip, I only move with a true intent. I gotta do what I gotta do for the kids.
All right, switch directions.
Hey, I'm not complacent, even if I call it my face. I enjoy all my highs, but I get straight from my lows. All that. No time, zip the suit in my
All right. Then we're going to put right foot forward,
Feel that in my hips.
left foot back, and we're just gonna rock. So you gotta make sure, you gotta kind of get the right stance where you can get, you know, the right balance, because you kind of want to bend your back knee. So you want to be able to have close enough that you can bend that knee. We're just rocking forward. Yeah, good job. My daughter's husband, I can say now, which is just weird. He's a third degree black belt. He's working on his fourth right now. He instructs at the academy. So, right, switch legs. Yeah. To me, that's just incredible, you know, because he's 21. I mean, and to be, but he started at like your age, at like 7, I think, 7, 8, somewhere in there. So about the same as you, probably. Yep.
His first tournament this weekend.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Good. All right, last thing. again, just that kind of pump. We're kind of like, I'm going up on my toes, but like dropping to my heels. So I'm like letting things just flop down, like that, my whole body is. Right? Like they say, you know, I'm sure you've heard like rebounding, right? Jumping, really good for detox, helping things flow. So, yeah. Calves are what pump it back up so it can be removed. So, all right, we're done. That's it, my friends.